Hi, this is LiveWire Critics on the 16th of September, and we've just been to see The Duchess. I'm George.
I'm Joe.
I'm Alice.
I'm Beth.
I'm Kenzie.
I'm Jane.
I'm Amy.
Lucy.
I'm Jamie.
The film is basically about the Duchess of Devonshire, thank you, and she is called Georgiana, and it's basically about her expectations of marriage and what actually happens due to the treatment of women and such in the film.
I really like the score. I thought it was really well written and sort of reflected the period and the high level of emotion that was all the way through the film that was kind of stifled because of society then, and also the costumes and the hats and things and hair that reflected when it was made, when it was set, and the houses and all the furniture and that kind of thing that was sort of quite interesting for us to see.
I think it's quite an interesting film in the sense that she marries someone who is not at all what she expected, and she ends up falling in love with someone who is what she wants in society. She falls in love with the future Prime Minister who's fighting for equal rights and things like that, and I find that sort of twist kind of fascinating in the sense that she has no freedom, but she falls in love with someone fighting for freedom, but she doesn't get it in the end anyway.
I liked it because it was different. It wasn't just the kind of, she wasn't in love with him from the very beginning and then had to marry this other guy. She actually, at the beginning, kind of expected that a marriage would be this great thing, and, you know, she was actually disappointed by it, and she thought he would be in love with her and all that kind of thing. So it wasn't just the same as every other kind of, you know, drama set at that time or whatever. It was different, but still with all the good bits kind of thing. So that's why I liked it.
I really like the storyline, and I think that the emotions in it are really strong, and it's sometimes really quite shocking. But then I have to say that I really love the costumes, because the fact that they could wear that on a daily basis, and just amazing.
As you were saying, it was sort of similar to Princess Diana's life. It just shows you that even though hundreds of years have gone by, the same things still happen today, which is quite a sad thing, really. And the fact that people still enter marriages without actually being in love with the person.
I thought she realised that as well, because she kind of seemed to understand Beth more, because she was like, it seemed to get on more because she'd finally realised, she's like, oh yeah, that's why you did that. Because at first it was kind of just like, how could you do that? But she kind of understood, I think.
Well, I think the film showed how she grew as a person. I thought at the beginning she was sort of like a lot more materialistic, and then after she had the children, after she fell in love with that guy, Mr. Grey, then I just felt that she sort of matured, and you actually began to feel for her. You know what I mean? You found her so much more relatable because of the things she was going through.
I think that maybe the Duke was a bit more of an in-depth character than people gave him credit for, or than the lines would suggest. There's more going on there beneath the surface.
Especially, at the end when he said, oh, freedom, or whatever he said. But, it was just kind of, you could see that he hadn't had that freedom, he hadn't kind of felt that, and I think you're right, I think he could have been envious of her, and that's what he wanted to take away from her as well, and he wanted to try and grasp her freedom, but by making her less free. It's like the murderers that kill people, but they obsessed with because they want to have some control over their life. It's like, I don't understand, yeah, he seems kind of similar to that. He reminds me of that.
There's a part as well where he sits with her and says about how he can't express emotion, again, suggesting that it's because he had never had someone be affectionate to him and all those things. But it still never justifies his actions anyway in the film. You never feel bad enough for him to justify what the horrible things he did to her.